congratulations to Mel and his staff and the players, and probably to the WCHA for the way tonight turned out. I'm extremely proud of our guys. Extremely proud. You know, go down 2-0 in this building and find a way to keep fighting, and that resiliency didn't show its head enough this year, but the last couple months it did, and proud to be associated with that group of kids. My heart goes out to them. Obviously, you want to give them the celebration and give them the feel good, but it's not our time. So that's it.
Sorry, question.
Sean, how were you able to get back in the game in the third period?
I think we just went in the dressing room and we knew this potentially could be our last game, and we went out there and we just knew if we stuck to a game plan, they were getting tired and stuff. So we had ample opportunities to keep scoring and stuff. So I think we knew if we went out there and stuck to our game plan, we were going to score some goals eventually. We had tons of chances throughout the night. So obviously that happened for us, and then went how it went.
Sean, obviously you guys found another level in that third period. Was it hard to keep that level, or was that stomping on the gas pedal?
Through the overtimes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we had tons of guys that were cramping up and stuff, so it was definitely the pace slowed down a little bit and stuff. But I think for going into the first overtime and stuff, even at the end of the third, we were really buzzing. We had tons of opportunities through the overtimes as well, where we easily could have ended the game. So.
It looked like though they had opportunities as well. I mean, crossbar and things like that. Will you talk a little bit about trying to find that extra level in the third period, trying to come from 2 goals down? I mean, you got to that part of the hill, but it's like getting to that hill is all that's in. Does that make you see where I'm driving?
I think your season's on the line in these one-game situations, so everybody realizes that you go into the third down 2 goals. You got to go out there and make a push, and obviously we had a decent push and just couldn't finish.
Sean, Chris has obviously been through a hell of a lot this season, but can you say enough about the effort he put in once they got the second goal, to make sure he shut the door until the second overtime?
No, I don't think anybody could say enough about Chris Nell's performance throughout the year. We obviously struggled as a team at the beginning, but the second half we really came together, and Chris was the backbone of that. He was basically winning games for us, so can't say enough about his performance throughout the season.
Chris, would you also talk about that finding a new level in the third period, but is it trying to come from 2 goals down, and then find a third goal, is that too much to ask?
Well, I don't think it's too much to ask. We showed that we were able to. I don't know what time in the third period. There was plenty of time left. When it was 7 minutes left, or 7 minutes into. There was 13 minutes left. Yeah. So, I mean, again, it wasn't. It was we're going to keep playing or we're not, and those kids kept playing, and good for them for it. So it wasn't. The game wasn't over. It wasn't pleading and please keep playing. It was keep going, and the guys. They did exactly that. I didn't expect any less from our group. And once you got to that point, then it was a bounce. It was a, crossbar. Yeah, we had a big time play where that puck kind of finds its way. Overtime is a tough thing because you want it so bad. Both teams want it so bad. They're playing so hard for each other and for their school and so on. And it just. Unfortunately, somebody has to lose, and as Sean said, everybody, the guys were getting tired. They were playing the same group of people as we were, and guys were getting tired. So at that point, now you start to break down mentally too. But through the third period, for me, it was our group was either going to be resilient and do what they've always done, or stop playing, and obviously we didn't stop playing.
Chris, can you say enough about your senior class? We talked earlier this week about the effort they put in for you lately here. Mm-hmm. Matt picks up that key goal to tie the game. Sean has a couple of early shots, and then he gets that block shot on Lesperance in overtime. I mean, these guys just went to war for you, didn't they?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, they've been an outstanding group for us. I mean, they're north of 80 wins over the course of their 4 years. And I've said this, I'm not trying to be funny, but that's obviously an average of 20 plus wins over the course of their time. And we walked into a program that won 5. So you talk about what they did as a group over the course of their time here. They're all 5 of them are walking away with degrees. Obviously, we would have liked to have ended the season on more of a positive note with a championship, because I think this group deserved it. But they definitely made a decision over the course of the second half of the year that what was going on wasn't good enough, and they were going to change it. And they led the way in doing that, and extremely proud of them for that.
Chris, what did Joe McCune do to earn a promotion to one of the top 3 lines?
Well, it was more of just not trying to wear certain guys down, and then he scored. So once he scored, then he deserved it. And I thought he was playing pretty good in the shifts he got in the first couple of periods, and it was we were rolling 10 forwards at that point, and he was one of those 10. So it was the way he played that earned him that.
I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on the new playoff format. How you think that was? You guys saw a lot different of a feel of it than Michigan Tech did, going on the road and winning some games. What was that like, and what do you think moving forward with that format?
For me, well, I thought it was good. I mean, we've been to the semifinals 3 years in a row, and 2 of those 3 were Grand Rapids, where it was, pretty limited as far as the crowd, and then the one was St. Paul, and I think that was a little bit better, but it wasn't this. It wasn't this atmosphere here. I mean, I think Bemidji State tried, from our experience, we tried really hard to have some good crowds against Ferris, and Bemidji State tried really hard, and I think spring break fell in both of those situations, but it wasn't this. 4,400 or something, there's no way there was.
What was this like for you?
For me?
This crowd?
Well, I think it was great. It was a championship. It was a celebration of the season and the championship, and we were hoping as a league and as the coaches in the league that it would be like this. And Michigan Tech earned the right to play at home, and their fans showed up and said thank you for earning the right to play at home, and we're going to back you. So that's great. I mean, that's what a championship's supposed to be like. Not in front of 500 people in one of these huge buildings that just doesn't have the energy and the atmosphere that this place had tonight. And that all 10 of our teams have the opportunity to earn home ice throughout the playoffs. We got 1 round, Michigan Tech got 3, so good for them.
And Sean, what was it like to play in this?
That was great. I think, like Burge said, we go to those buildings the last 3 years, and you're playing in front of 500 people. There's just no energy in the building. Even if those people are getting up and hyping up as much as they can, it's still, you're just losing the energy and stuff. So I think it's great the way that the format's set up. Obviously, we would like to be the home team. That's huge to have your fan support coming into a championship game, but I agree. I think the format's definitely better for the league.
Sean,
Last question?
Sean, obviously, it's fresh in your mind, it's a loss and so forth. Is there anything that makes this salvageable, palatable, survivable at this point?
I mean, looking back at the game tonight, not really. I mean, we lost, so it kind of puts a damper on the end of the season. But I mean, I think like Coach said, you look back at our 4 years and some of the accomplishments we've done as a group and a team and stuff, and brought this program forward where we're playing in semifinals. Now we're playing in championships. Hopefully they can just continue that every year. So.